On third down, it's Prescott.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. Call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception, didn't have a touchdown to offset it, but the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
Short throw going to be caught by Waller. A check on the numbers a week ago for Waller.
7 catches, 64 yards.
And the competition gets a little bit tougher here because he's got to go against the #1 ranked defense in the NFL against the pass, the latest incarnation of the no-fly zone.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long.
Prescott to throw it. On the left side, Gallup's got it. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
Now McManus will line up for the field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. The kick by McManus is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely, and what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Here's Goff.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
He'll start with a handoff to Johnson.
For Johnson, the numbers for his performance from last week: 22 carries, 117 yards.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Throwing, Prescott.
Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker.
First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. Up the middle, Johnson. Down to the 25. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw.
Now a screen set up for Johnson.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Well, this defense for the Giants, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. The kick by McManus is good. And that will make it 6-0.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. 6-0 our score after 1. A first down carry for Barkley. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Goff now to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Goff. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. .33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And out now come the Cowboys. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Prescott.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney.
And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Up the middle with Barkley. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They'll go to Barkley again. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now.
There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
So here are the Cowboys to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They begin the drive with Johnson. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
2nd and 9.
Now Prescott. Caught by Allen. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10.
Prescott now.
Throw is caught by Schoonmaker. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a handoff. Johnson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
The Cowboys at a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Atkins.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
A 1st down throw for Prescott.
Out to the flat here for Johnson.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. In motion right goes Allen. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Prescott. That is caught at the 7-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He's got it. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So it was 4th and 1 down in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little surprised that that's how they decided to play it, that they didn't go for it there. But sometimes just take those 3 points and put them in your pocket. I just have one question for you, partner.
Okay.
Hip pocket or back pocket?
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Goff. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. It's a giant 1st down on a gain of 16.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Throwing again is Goff. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Micah Parsons
in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Here's Goff. Robinson's got it. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go.
Barkley inside handoff. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
That's taken on the 25. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42.
The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
First down, Prescott.
Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Prescott on first down.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. 2nd and 10.
Here's Prescott. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They'll throw again. Prescott under pressure, and down he goes. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fights loose.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And it's the Rams who are out in front as those teams approach halftime. Gardner Minshew has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we head up to MetLife Stadium to check on the Jets. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Gabe Davis, over 100 yards receiving, and a touchdown catch as well. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And currently they are tied with the visiting Bills in that one.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Giants offense set to begin this third quarter. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Goff. He finds his man complete. That's Norris.
And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, that's the kind of play that was lacking all the way through the first half. Maybe this can give them a little bit of a spark because they're not out of this game by any stretch.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go defense. Let's go defense.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. Shedding through the... There he goes, right side. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one 28 yards on the ground. Not only an explosive play, but an explosive run. I mean, broken tackles along the way to pick up that yardage.
The way things kept churning for him, feet were moving, the legs were driving. Looks like someone who spent his offseason working on hill work, running through sand, all the things that you want to build up those leg muscles.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. From the gun, here's Goff. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 17-yard line. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, Goff. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. It'll be a gain of 5. 3rd and 7 now. Now Goff. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Giants are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. Barkley trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Barkley again. And this time he'll lose yardage as the defense not giving him any room to operate. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington. Gone. This one goes out wide for Barkley. No gain on the play.
And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the 1st down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
Here's Chad Ryland now on for the field goal.
From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick here is good. And they are on the board. It's now 9-3.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the 2nd half.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott.
Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Play action now. Prescott.
He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
To throw is Prescott. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Giants have it. It's down the numbers. There he goes. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown. 2nd time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Chad Ryland now to add the PAT.
And that one puts them on top here in the 3rd. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Dallas offense back out onto the field.
And, Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think you're exactly right. We're at that stage of the game now where one of these offenses, if they make a big play, that could be the difference.
A second down throw for Prescott. That's to Schoonmaker, the tight end. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Third and short yardage, Prescott. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Goff. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. And he's knocked to the turf right there at the 46-yard line. Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. Goff now looking to throw. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Goff. Delivering another one here to Darren Waller. He's got it again. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. To the air again. Goff. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Here's Goff. He finds his man, complete. It's Norris. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Goff now looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This to get the lead up to 4. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the lead grows to 4. It's 13-9. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Screen play, Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Now a 10th carry for Johnson.
To the 43, second down. From the 43, here's second down and 7.
Prescott to throw it. Allen's got it over the middle.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Prescott looks to throw on first.
Open man, right side, it's Lamb.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. On 1st and 10, Prescott.
Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Throwing, Prescott. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now Prescott. That is caught. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 16. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Atkins.
Now 2nd and 4.
They'll give up the middle to Johnson.
And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Now 1st and goal.
Prescott now. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Now Dak.
Being chased out left. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough.
Here it is, 4th and goal.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown.
Luke Schoonmaker.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Cowboys have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
Well, partner, this hasn't been the smoothest day for him, but he certainly picked the right time to get right, as they like to say. How about that for a touchdown?
Boy, he did. I guess they say all's well that ends well. It's not over yet, but you're right. He picked a good time for that first touchdown pass.
Exactly right. Not over yet. The defense is going to have to make it hold up.
McManus's point after is good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So Jared Goff in the offense. Down 16-13. A minute 8 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Goff. He's got this complete to Robinson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. A little more than 40 seconds to play. Now 2nd and 10. Goff now to throw. Catch made here by Campbell. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Now Goff. That's complete to Robinson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now it's Goff. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. Flashy little move, but unable to reach the 40. What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for Dallas, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.